YouTube, this is Big Teddy, and
I'm not wearing a hat. Well, Big Red the Dragon anyway. So we're here to do a full, thorough guide of Yu-Gi-Oh! We know the first, basic tutorial thing. We didn't exactly cover everything, or the really necessary things about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or what it's really about. So we're here today to cover all of that.
It also didn't help that my brother wouldn't be quiet and let this guy talk. He's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! expert.
More or less. Okay, so let's get started right now.
There are certain things to look out for on a monster card. You should look out for when making a deck or dueling. Its attribute, its level, its type, effect or description, attack, and defense points. And a few other things are the pack number and card number. Its attribute and type can also affect, how you play or how your opponent can, battle against it. There are certain effects and certain spells and traps that can affect both attributes and your type. Levels can affect how you summon and how you play entirely, and so can the effect of it. Attack and defense is how much damage you can deal and how much damage you could take. Now with the more special types of, the numbers on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card are the pack number and the card number, which can make the card extremely rare, from what pack it came from, or just the card itself.
A monster can have one of 7 different attributes. They can be light, fire, earth, dark, wind, water, or divine. On top of that, there are also 23 different types of monsters. Dragon, spellcaster, zombie, warrior, beast warrior, beast, winged beast, fiend, fairy, insect, dinosaur, reptile, fish, sea serpent, machine, thunder, aqua, pyro, rock, plant, psychic, divine beast, and creator god. Creator God is the hardest one to find because there is only one monster with that type. Divine Beast is the second hardest to find because there is only 3 monsters with that type, which is Slifer the Sky Dragon, Opus the Tormentor, and the Winged Dragon Aral.
There are 7 different types of monster cards, each identified by its color and its effect. Normal cards are yellow. They usually just have the description, no other special thing. Fake cards are orange. They can be different effects, be different types of summoning and all of that. There are Flip, Tune, Tuner, Gemini, Union, and Spirit. Fusions are in the extra deck, along with Synchros and XYZs. They can also have effects, but they also have the sort of recipe to actually fuse the card together, also in the description. Ritual cards can also have effects, and they are summoned by a ritual spell. Each ritual spell is different. They can have different ingredients, different types of, sacrifices, and all of that jargon. Synchro monsters have specified summoning conditions. They are also in the extra deck, like I said. Each can have different levels, different types of monsters, and just anything. XYZs also have special summoning conditions. Almost similar to ritual cards, but it's level, and it has a rank. If it was a level 4 ranked XYZ, you'd have to have, a certain number of level 4s to actually summon it. Tokens are summoned by effect involving tokens, which are just, can be anything, can be custom made. I have some that are custom made, and I also have the legit tokens I got from Legendary Collection 3. They're pretty easy to make and find.
Next we have trap cards. There are 3 different types of traps: continuous, counter, and normal. As you can see in the spellbinding circle on the left, it is a continuous trap card because of the infinity sign. Counters have an arrow in it, and they're usually used to chain something. We'll talk about chains in the next video, but for now, let me explain just the trap cards. First, you have your type, which is below the name. Then you have your description. These are very similar to spell/magic cards.
There are 6 different types of spell and magic cards. There are quick play, field, continuous, equip, ritual, and normal. To explain each one, independently, quick plays, you can play at any time if they're set, or if it's on your turn, you can play them from the hand. Field spells you put in the field spell zone, and they can have different effects affecting different types of monsters, different attributes, and do other things. Continuous are pretty much like continuous traps. They last forever and have different effects. Equip cards are basically like power-ups for your monsters. You can have as many on one monster as you'd like, but if your monster is destroyed, depending on the effect, they also go to the grave with your monster. Now with my art rendering of the fire symbol for ritual, they have different requirements of what to sacrifice, what levels, what types, what different attributes of monsters to sacrifice to bring out a ritual monster. And normal is pretty self-explanatory, just the general spell magic card you can activate on your turn, just lay it down and it does the effect for you. Now the anatomy of a spell and magic card is just like a trap, the type, and then the description or effect.
Another thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is card type rarities. Believe it or not, some cards are harder to find than others. What? Oh yes, there's 13 different rarities throughout the whole entire game, and we're about to explain each and every one of them to you right now.
Very an explicit detail. Yes. Which would be like this. This is our common. This is the common Cyber Dragon. Nothing special about it. No picture specials. Just looks like a regular Cyber Dragon, right?
Yes.
Well, just because it's a regular Cyber Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one is our first rare. It is the rare. Each rare card would have a silver lettering on it to signify, it's unlike the other cards, unlike the rest of the commons, even though some commons are very hard to find.
Well, also one thing is that every single new pack that you buy that was from like GX to today, you get it automatically. You are guaranteed a rare card. The next card rarity that we're going to go over is super rare. It's so super. The picture is hollow and foil, so we don't. No, I'm just kidding. We like them, but it's wonderful. You get them that's the most common that you get besides a rare.
I think one of my most favorite rares, the most best looking rare, especially if this card that I pulled, that I traded him for a few things because it's pretty, it's a lot of money. It's a pretty high dollar card. It would be the ultra rare or ultimate rare Monster Reborn. The lettering would be gold and the picture would be holographic, just like this. It's pretty cool. It's a $10 card I pulled. Legendary collection.
Okay, I'm back. And while I was gone, I found something very awesome.
Oh.
We're going to go ahead and open up a pack ourselves. Woo! So, let's get opening this thing. This is one of the newer packs from the new Yugioh Zexal show. It's called, the pack is called Photon Shockwave. the picture on the front of it, that's Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which is pretty amazing. And on the back of each pack, it talks about either the show or the likeliness of getting certain cards in a pack. Like a common, that's 8 and 1 automatically, and then the rare is 1 for 1. Then supers, it goes up from there. So let's
See what you get.
see what I got.
Part of the cards, I shuffled them.
Part of the cards, you shuffled them before I went down. Let's see here. I'm going to take and place these two back here, because they're usually the rares and the supers. Alright, first card is Fire of the Ice Barrier. It's okay card. Next card is Cross Attack. I think it's funny. Just target 2 face-up attack position monsters you control with the same attack, and this turn one of them can attack your opponent directly and the other one cannot. It's kind of pointless because if they have the same attack and one of them attacks a monster weaker than them, it's like they get to attack directly anyways.
Yeah. So every little counts.
Yeah. The next card is a Needle Sunfish. Matter of fact, I've never seen this card before. Have you ever seen this card
I
before?
haven't even.
I haven't either.
Must be on the new Yugioh team.
Yeah, must be.
It's not the first really strange Yugioh card I've ever seen.
Well, this one's about as stranger than that. It's called Fish Rain. It's a trap card. It's pretty amazing. If you're running fishes. Oh, here's a nice one. This one here has been remade so many times, I don't know which pack it came in first. It's called Air Traffic Control. You can, if your opponent controls 3 or more monsters, they cannot declare an attack whatsoever.
This is also nice.
Yes. And, well, there's a good one to run against the Gusto monsters, which my brother all the time calls them Gustos, and all the time arguing with me about that. But it's called Poisonous Winds. This is where no wind monsters can be special summoned at all. And, of course, all face-up wind monsters also lose 500 attack. Our next card is Rodent Nut. It's Rodent Nut. And, for a rare, we got a rare Tachitokike, or some strange thing that was used in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal when our Astral was doing kite. Yeah, that thing. It's a rare. And what we got for our next thing is a pretty good card. It's called Extra Gate. It's a super rare.
Woo! Another rare that we just explained.
Yes. I think it's kind of different. Declare a level between 1 and 12, which is all the levels on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Network, so 1 through 12, unless you count ranks. Your opponent banishes 1 monster of that level from your extra deck. If your opponent does not have that monster level in their extra deck, you discard 1 card. So, it's like you're battling a Chaos Dragon deck, and when her Future Fusion was not banned, yeah, you can use Extra Gate and choose level 12, and they would have to banish the 5-headed dragon.
Yeah. Unless they have 2 5-headed dragons like I do. That's why I have them, just for that, or bottomless crap hole.
But good cards overall. Not too shabby, I should say. Alright, now on to the next rarity. We're going to talk about the gold rare, which, 5-headed dragon, is the gold rare in this case. Well, the difference between this and an ultra is that it has a gold outside lining on it. As you can see.
Okay, the next one would be the ultimate rare that's engraved. These ones are pretty cool. It's sort of a mix of a secret rare and an ultimate see, it's just these lines here. They're not. Yeah.
Mix of a gold.
Mix of a gold too. Yeah, sort of mix of a gold too.
So it's called an ultimate rare.
Ultimate rare.
Next, we have our secret rares. The difference between secret rares and most cards is that it's got a silver name, just like the rares, but the picture has lines drawn across it. A lot of other cards, secret rares, like the Rainbow Dragon out of the tin, has those lines going across their entire card. Which I don't know if this one's got it. No, that one don't have it either.
Yeah, it does. Rarely. For the next rarity is a few of the newest rares, which are from both of the battle packs, which is the Golden Apples, which is the new black rare. You know, it's sort of a metallic black. I call it really glossy rather than metallic. It's basically just shiny black lettering on it. You know, it looks pretty cool, but I prefer the classic silver better.
Our next rare is a rare that only comes in the Star Packs in the Battle Pack 1, which is our Star Rare. See stars move around in the light, you see stars.
The next one that also comes from the Battle Pack, which is the new Battle Pack 2, is the Mosaic Rare, which is little tiny squares throughout the card space, which I thought this was funny because it was a mosaic manticore.
And finally, the one that we're going to show you physically show you, is our Dual Terminal Rare. Dual Terminal Rares comes in commons, rares, supers, and ultras, which are just looks like a combined of an ultra with a mosaic rare. That's a Dual Terminal Rare. You get these rares from playing the Yugioh Dual Terminal games in larger cities where it's basically a Yu-Gi-Oh arcade game, like you would play Mortal Kombat on the arcade game where it existed on the arcade game or something. Then, our other two rares, which we cannot show you physically because we don't own any of them, is the Ghost Rare and the Gold Ghost Rare, which came in the Haunted Mansion Gold series.
Yeah, I think we just about covered all of that. Now for our next subject is the card field zone.
This amazing piece of cloth, as you can see in front of us, it represents your field zone. First off, we have where our deck goes. This is the little square called the deck zone. All these down here, until you get down to this one down here, are all spell and track cards. This is where all your spell and track cards go to. This is your graveyard. All up here is where you put your monster cards at. Now, this little area down here is where you put your extra deck. Like we explained earlier, our fusions, our Xyz, synchros, those all go right here. Then, up here, up in this right-hand corner, this is the field spell zone. As we mentioned earlier about the field spell cards, that's where they go.
That's basically it.
That's basically it of this.
Okay, we'll have some gameplay for next time in part 2. This has been Big Red the Dragon.
And Big Teddy.
And this has been another video by Adventurous Table, TCG.
And before we sign out, I just wanted to let you know one rule before we go on to the next video is that each deck contains 40 to 60 cards. Each extra deck is between 0 and 15. But with the deck, you have to have between 40 and 60. So, and there's also limited, banned, and semi-limited lists. So, if you need to find that list, go to the site Yugioh.com/limited. And it will give you a list of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are updated twice a year in March and September.
Also, another thing, Cyber Knight, not recently, but he has a forums page called Yugioh, and they need help. Cyber and the rest of the community on there needs help to make his site grow so it can be a use to the community. It's been a real helpful tool, especially with mostly Yugioh-tubers. And where to find Yugioh at is www.yugioh.com. It might be in the description or one of the annotations in this video. So that's basically it for this video, and we hope to see you next time. Please like and subscribe if you like.
And we're Adventures Table, and we are signing out.
See you guys later.